Guys, what's up? It is a crazy world we're living in. Look at that right there, man. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong today. We are not on YouTube today, so if, they're not going to hear that announcement anyway, so it doesn't matter. Look at that. Why is that so screwed up? Look at that thing. Everything going on in our studio today is all jumbled up. It's a mess, man. Sitting here looking at crazy people that think boys can be girls and girls can be boys, and they get mad if you say otherwise. I'm looking at that. And then I'm just sitting here looking at social media, and I'm like, we can't even get our streams to work properly. So who knows? What's going on with you guys? How's y'all's day? This is why we get the day started with Before the Noise. If you haven't been a part of that, you need to join up every single morning. I'm pretty sure that all of you guys are a part of that, right? Let me see you right there in that live chat there on Rumble. You guys are watching. Now that's frozen up too. So who knows what's happening, man? How's everybody else's internet working today? Everybody else functioning and living and, or are you guys having the meltdown as well? I don't know. Did you guys see, speaking of meltdowns, you see the meltdown that the liberals in Houston have had over our boys Kenny Webster and Jesse Payton and Alex Stein having their comedy show? Red, White, and Blue, what was that, Gulf of America comedy tour? And the Right Side of Comedy. I love how Jesse just takes my designs and takes all of my stuff and just runs with it without telling me. And then all of the blow up happens, and then I start to get some of the feedback from that. And I'm like, I didn't even know you guys were having a comedy show. But anyway, when they're having the Republican convention or whatever down there in Houston, whichever one they're having, they're doing right next door to House of Blues. They're having their comedy show. It's good free advertisement. The world has blown up with just liberals just going crazy about House of Blues having a conservative comedy show. And I'm like, well, you guys are using all of my graphics to do it. Jacklegs. Jesse said, well, do you want to be on the show? I was like, no, I'll let you guys have all that. You guys enjoy all of that craziness. But listen, all those protesters and the crazy people that are out there doing it, man, that's pretty good advertisement. So anyway, are we glitching? I'd like to hear what, let's see what you guys are saying now in the chat. I want to see if we're still glitching on here or if we're frozen. Let's see what's going on. Let me get over there. Well, you don't count, David. It doesn't matter if you think everything looks good. I want to hear what everybody's saying in the chat. Yeah, but I'm not talking to you, am I? I'm talking to the people. And so I want to find out what's going on with this deal. So everybody is saying that Rumble is messing up, and Rumble is messing up. Rumble is messing up. Now we're back. Now we're good. This is why I just love inviting you guys into the little cabin of the woods. So, all right, we're good. All right, let's rock and roll. Let me get back over here to the show notes and see what we're going with here today. We're going to talk about our friends over at Birch Gold. Have you texted Chad to 989898? Make sure that you do that. Let our friends over at Rumble know. The reason I got this, another reason why I've got this headphone hanging in front of me right here is because this keeps glitching out and I can't hear what's going on in my ear. But we'll make it work. Text Chad to 989898. Get that free no obligation information kit. Make sure that you guys are prepared financially. That's right. Get a little bit of your savings. Get that 401k. Get it rolled over into a tax sheltered IRA backed by physical gold. And let's make sure that we have that retirement taken care of by that A+ rated Better Business Bureau company, Birch Gold. They got tens of thousands of satisfied customers. And they'll take care of you as well. All you got to do is text my name, Chad, to 989898, and let's get this thing rocking and a rolling. Take care of yourself. They'll tell you how to do it. All right, let's get into this thing. Let me bring Party Foul Steve on here. I got a question I got to ask him. Party Foul, what's up, my brother?
Hey, buddy. It does look like Rumble's having issues and they're freezing. My feed is freezing up. So, and several people in the chat are saying so also. So this must be one of the a problem everywhere, not just us.
Yeah, I think it's happening. So if it's something's going on, so if it's not going to work, we'll cut this thing short here in just a minute. But let's see. And so now the everything is starting over in others. Won't refresh, glitching. All right, guys. So we're going to call it. I'm not going to do this. We're going to keep on fighting with this thing and do it. We got to get into the studio and refresh everything. So, Steve?
Yeah, hey, it's been a really great Thursday. It's good to see y'all,
episode.
and have a great weekend. Can't wait for tomorrow's Before the Noise. It's totally blessing me daily. Starting off my day, being blessed and reminded of God and everything He is to us.
Yeah, I had so much I want to get into today as well. I'll tell you what I'll do is here's what we'll do, guys. We'll do a pre-recorded thing. I'll just go in and record something, and then we'll post it up about what we're going to talk about today. You guys can come back in and watch it. Before I let everybody go, though, before I do that, and people say we're good now we're glitching and we're good now, and blah, blah, blah. This is, anyway.
City.
Glitch City. Are you cooking something today?
No, I thawed out turkey breast to inject a turkey breast. That's my next thing going on the smoker.
You're gonna weigh 400 pounds, dude.
Yeah, I think I'm about going right back on keto like I used to in the old days because I need to cut a little weight. Lay off the breads.
You have been cooking, dude, and it all looks good. It looks really good. Makes me want to. I know what I made. I made the other day. I smoked a chicken, dude. It was delicious, incredible. Yeah, I know nobody cares about all that time. Yeah,
they do. I think everybody cares.
Linda, we don't care if the new time works for you or not, Linda.
Yeah. So just starting next week on Tuesday and Thursday, as soon as Before the Noise is over, we're going to roll right into this show with a 1 minute pause, and then we'll kind of talk about whatever's going on and kind of align it with whatever you're talking about and Before the Noise.
Linda called me a jackass. We do care, Linda, but we gotta go with what we gotta go with. That the thing is, you guys want to keep showing all the love to all these other
as old as she is, you'd think she'd be up like at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, Linda burns a midnight oil, man.
Oh, okay.
Linda's out there partying, dude. She got their finger on the pulse of the nightlife in Conroe. I love you, Linda. And we're going to roll right in to that second hour. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know if we're glitching or not. I'm going to hang out here for a minute. We'll just keep hanging out. This is the beauty of what we do. It's very informal.
Seems to be.
So Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll roll into, as you said, on Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll roll into the second hour. What we'll do is when I'm done, like usually I'm done about 5 minutes after the hour. We'll just do a minute of the countdown into this show, and then we'll go right into it. And so, so we'll see about how that works. We've got the men's retreat. We've got a second men's retreat added on for November. I will launch the sign-up sheet for that.
I think it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. It's going to sell out fast too because
it'll sell out quick.
I've already had a couple of messages. Hey, how can I get on the hold list or whatever? That's like when the date posts, go for it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of folks who. I had one guy reach out to me yesterday. He's like, "Go ahead and put us on the list." I'm like, "No, like that's not."
We don't need one more thing for us to do.
Yeah, this is not the hotel reservation line. I love you guys, but like it's like that is a surefire way for that to get messed up if we do it that way because it's going to be a loss of communication somewhere. But it'll sell out quick, and we found it was like the only other weekend that I could do. I found out today I'm in Vidor, Texas in April. Like I was like, it was on my calendar, but it wasn't on my personal calendar. So,
yeah. Well, I guess you will be there. I don't even know what date that is. I should probably look.
Yeah, April 17th, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's a month.
And then I'm doing the NRA convention and all of that stuff. So we got a lot of stuff happening, Steve. That's the bottom line. And you know what? After somebody gave me the dancing bananas that are back here on the wall, I want to do a podcast where we just do arts and crafts. Like that'd be.
I got a glue gun and markers and colors, all that kind of stuff.
I know. I
can handle it all.
But no, let's jump into. Let's go ahead and roll the screen. We'll do the top stories here, and let's talk about Yasmin Crockett. She says, well, just listen to what she says. She's talking to Texas. Play the clip.
We were in the midst of George Floyd. Was that election? No, it was that one. There was a runoff. Because I was number 2. I wasn't number 1. I made it to the runoff, and then they ended up killing George Floyd. people told me I had to go and get on the phones because we just didn't have the money. And I said, I can't do that. I gotta go do what I know is best. You don't know somebody's circumstance in the middle of this pandemic. I'm not gonna be insensitive and ask for money. Instead, I'm gonna do what I've always done. I'm gonna stand with the people as they take to the streets. There were 600 protesters arrested in Dallas County. Actually, more than that. But 600 that we represented pro bono. No one ended up with a conviction. We just did what we wanted to do, which was to help the people.
So what she's saying is there were 600 rioters who were protesting George Floyd. They got arrested, and she got them bailed out. So that's not the flex she thinks it is. Basically, I bailed out and supported BLM rioters who burned down our country and assaulted cops out of prison. That's what she's saying in essence. But you know what? People are voting for her. I mean, she's got a lot of support. It's crazy.
She's claiming this morning that she's a double-digit lead over everybody in Texas. So,
if people are that dumb to vote for that woman, I mean, they have. But I agree, an arts and crafts show would be fantastic. We could make hair like Jasmine Crockett, which she's appropriating white hair. I don't know why she's doing that. I mean, that weave is appropriating white people's hair.
I think I'm gonna go vote for Hunt. I know you got other feelings about that, but
I don't have a problem with Wesley Hunt at all. I just don't know if he can win against somebody like Tallarico.
I don't know if he can or not, but it's we over and over every year we talk about we got to get these old men out of the staying in the office till they're 80 years old. We got to start at some point. Let's get some young blood in there.
Well, Wesley Hunt would be fine. Ken Paxton would be fine. My support goes to Ken Paxton. And the reason it goes to Ken Paxton is because I know how hard he fought against the Biden administration.
Yeah. No,
he's got a track record of that.
I understand that, but it just comes a point. I'm just like,
I mean, I have no problem with Wesley Hunt for any reason whatsoever. I mean, just get John Cornyn. John Cornyn's a freaking dinosaur. He's a rhino dinosaur who's done nothing for Texas. So check this out. This is Oregon. Y'all remember to go over to Medina4Oregon.com and donate to David's gubernatorial campaign up there. He's working hard in Oregon. Oregon teen, he starts crying. He thinks that ICE is going to deport his legal immigrant parents. Watch this. This is stupid.
I'm scared for my parents to walk out their house because I might not be able to say goodbye to them if they go to work.
In front of hundreds of people at a Hillsborough City Hall meeting this week, 16-year-old Manny Chavez made a tearful plea to city councilors.
I'm scared that everyone that I love I'm not going to be able to see them again because even though that they're U.S. citizens, they don't care about us. They treat us like dogs. They treat us like animals.
Inspired to speak after two of his friends from his soccer team shared about their relatives who have been detained by ICE agents. His cries heard across the country after the video went viral.
Surprisingly, it got big, and a lot of people contacted me and were saying they're proud of what I did and how I spoke up, and that it was brave of me to do.
Manny was born in Oregon. His mother is a small business owner and pays taxes, but still he fears for his family and others. Today, I sat down with him and asked him what he wants the city to do.
I hope to see them be on our side and at least do something about the police department, having them help more on the immigrant side.
But I want.
He looks like he's treated like a dog, doesn't he? Like he said they're just treated like dogs.
If those, if you're having to ask the police department not to basically turn them over to ICE, it's like that's a problem. They're already doing something illegal.
I want to look at this.
They were arrested for something, and they're in the police department. They're in jail for a reason.
Yeah.
And so if they're illegal on top of that, let's get them out of here.
Yeah. I want to look up. I want to see if I could find that. I want to see if I could find that hoodie right there that he was wearing that was Nike.
That $130 hoodie he's wearing?
I was just going to take a quick look. I mean, I'm looking $105. There's a couple of them. There's some kids in there for $45. There's one for $85. I can't find the exact one he's wearing, but most of the stuff's about $100. So he doesn't look like he's treated like a dog.
No.
He looks like he's doing okay.
He's probably at the mall every weekend.
So let's roll with anywhere from $55 to $105 for the hoodie he was wearing right there, the Nike hoodie. This doesn't look to me, but let me just tell you guys, here's the thing, and I want you to always remember this. When you have a crying child, you throw out civilization. Like that's the deal. If a child is crying about something, then we throw out civilization. Like, for instance, you know what irritated me last week was that little monkey that got rejected by the herd. The little punch monkey. Did you saw that? The little orangutan?
No, I didn't see that. I missed
Did you miss it? How did you miss it? This was like Harambe 2.0.
Oh, no, I took a week off from social media at all for the whole week.
So the little baby monkey, right? The little baby monkey gets rejected by the mama, and they give it a little, stuffed animal orangutan, and it's dragging it around. It's the cutest little thing in the world. Everybody wants to go get them a monkey, right? And so everybody's losing their mind. Like, everybody's ready to ride at dawn to go take care of Punch the orangutan because it was rejected by the herd, which is something that happens, by the way, in nature. Like, that happens in creation.
Yeah,
sometimes I've seen
they're usually sick. They got mental illness, something. They get moved over, and
but even still, I've seen mama horses drop a baby horse on the ground, and because it spooked her, startled her, whatever, suddenly there was a baby there. I've seen a mama horse stomp a baby horse to death right there.
Yeah.
These are the kind of things that happen. So, again, I guess, okay, so if somebody's telling me his mama died, and then the pack rejects him, which is what happens, right? You ain't got a mama to love you. Not everybody loves you. Kids are like farts. You only love your own. So, that's the kind of thing that happens. You got rejected by the herd. So, my point is, everybody loves that little monkey because it looks like a little kid. They love kids after they've been born. Liberals hate them before they've been born. That's a whole other story. But they want them. Now, nobody thinks about that in the chicken world. Nobody thinks about that in the squirrel world. Nobody thinks about that in the pig world, right? All that stuff happens in creation with animals. But everybody's ready to ride at dawn over this little Punch the monkey because it reminded them of a poor little kid. That's what happens. In your psyche, it's like, oh, it's the cutest little thing I've ever seen. That's what happens. They know that they can play to the masses with these crying teenagers or these crying children and say, oh, I'm so scared that my legal immigrant parents are going to get deported because we're getting treated like dogs. It's like, dude, what are you crying about? Like, no one out of 9,000 arrests by ICE agents this year or since Trump took office, so in the last year, only 170 were legal citizens that were detained long enough to find out their identification. It's a pretty good number.
Yeah, and I bet 90% of those just didn't want to show their ID.
Well, I mean, based on how everybody's resisting everything, I'm starting to see a trend. Yeah. So maybe they didn't want to see their ID or something. So I don't know. Stephen A. I watched this morning. Stephen A. Smith, he got a little ticked off over a couple of things, and he's not wrong on this. Play the clip.
Yeah, you're talking about the border. Yeah, the border needed to be closed, but that was because Biden opened it. If Biden had it opened and followed Obama, who deported more people than Trump did, in Obama's term in office, over 3.1 million people were deported. How come you didn't follow that, Joe Biden? How come you didn't follow that, Democrats? How come it was okay to celebrate ICE at that particular time when when Obama was in office, and you had networks literally traveling with ICE to show you the marvelous work that they were doing, but suddenly Trump is doing it, and now it's a pariah, and ICE needs to go, and it needs to be completely banned. Why are sanctuary cities existing? Why is that? Why do you get to, implement laws that could get you to ignore federal laws? How is that? How does that benefit our country? I'm saying to ask ourselves these questions.
Then he went on another clip talking about the State of the Union where he said that when they didn't stand up for when Trump said, standing up for American citizens, and they didn't do that, he said American citizens. So Trump got what he wanted. He played them. He knew they would continue sitting down. And that's a bad look heading into midterms. And so Stephen A. called that out as well. he's not wrong on this. Where they have the issue is they say, yes, Obama deported everybody. Yes, Biden and like the Bush administration, they deported far more, but they did it nicely. They didn't wear masks. They apprehended them kindly. I mean, that's literally the argument that's out there. Trump's ICE agents. Trump's ICE agents are wearing masks. They look like Gestapo. They're coming in there using these strong-arm tactics. Forget remember Elian Gonzalez that had the machine gun stuck in his face when they found him with his uncle under the Clinton administration, hiding in the closet and deported his little butt back to Cuba? Remember that deal?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they want to say Trump does it in a mean way.
The Democrats created the mask. They put the mask on all of America. They pushed the
They got
mask.
mad if you didn't wear it.
Yeah. So it's honestly, I don't have a problem with masks at all as long as they're clearly marked police, all that good stuff.
Well, and I understand where they're
somebody
coming from.
comes in my house in the middle of the night in a mask, they better make sure they identify themselves well as police.
Well, I've never been one who just says, hey, carte blanche, you just give police free reign to do whatever they want to do and abuse their authority. Nobody's saying that. But when you have ICE agents who, again, look at the numbers in the last year, the threats against ICE agents have increased 9,000%. Not against the FBI, not against the ATF, not against the DEA, not against name your alphabet agency, but ICE. ICE's increase of threats has grown by 9,000%. Harassment, doxing, threatening their families, all of that. I'd be wearing a mask too. It's common sense.
This all stems from sanctuary cities. In the cities that are the ICE is able to go to directly to the jails and the county jails, and whether it be city jails and stuff, and pull and have people that are detained and their immigration status, they can go right in there. It takes 2 people to go get one. You don't have to send 7 of them in to raid a house.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna, until you get rid of the sanctuary cities, no place for sanctuary cities.
Well, you look at what happened under Eric Adams with New York, with everybody getting a debit card, people getting a sense of, they got not only enablement leads to entitlement. Enablement leads to entitlement. So what you had was these people who got enabled, they funded them, they gave them the hotel rooms and everything else. So you literally gave them a sense of entitlement to be there. And now when you want to try to get them out, well, hell, they're entrenched in there like a taproot. I mean, you're not digging that out easily. That's for sure. But again, to your point, when you got sanctuary cities and stuff like that, where you've enabled that kind of thing, they're not going to go easily. But the threats have increased exponentially. Where's David? Shut up, David. Get out of my ear, David. He's not even saying anything. I just like picking on him.
He's sipping
Poor
coffee.
David. Poor David puts up with so much with me. He thinks he's just, bless his heart. He's running for governor, for crying out loud. Yeah. What'd you say, David? I love you, buddy. Bless his heart. He puts up with so much.
Yeah. Well, you do too, though. So you put up with a lot too. Y'all two go both ways.
We all do. Yeah, I got to order a new earpiece, man. This is like 6 of them pieced together at this point.
I sent you a link.
I was doing Newsmax the other day, and I was like, I can't hear anything. I was just barely listening. Let me tell you about Rumble Wallet. Rumble came to the forefront with free speech because when we were getting censored over on YouTube, Rumble came along and said, no, we're going to let people say what they need to say. And so back during the COVID stuff, I got censored and penalized for telling the truth. I went 4 years without a single new subscriber on YouTube. Rumble, God bless them, is, they're doing some good stuff with free speech. Well, another thing is they want you to not get censored when it comes to your banks, because a lot of people, their banking got canceled if you were on the wrong side of the political spectrum. Well, they came up with Rumble Wallet. You scan that QR code that you see right there on the screen. If you're listening, you can go to rumble.wallet. I think that's right. Let me make sure I'm telling you right. Yeah, wallet.rumble.com. Wallet.rumble.com if you're listening and you can't see it. But otherwise, if you're watching the video, scan the QR code and you can invest in Tether Gold and Bitcoin. At least that's what backs your money up. So you can save there. You can tip creators like us. Like you see the little tip button up there, which, hey, we welcome it. We love what we do. But, man, we're also okay if you want to tip us for it. I never push that, but it's available if you want to do it. But the money's there and you can protect it. So if you want to put some money in there and you want it to grow with Tether Gold or Bitcoin, you don't have to worry about the banks canceling you out. Your money's there. You can buy with it, sell with it, all the stuff. So go over there and check them out. I think it's pretty ingenious. And oh, by the way, Rumble can't touch your money either. That's a key point. They can't do it as well. So check it out. Scan that QR code and go to wallet.rumble.com. All right, Ilhan Omar, who showed her butt the other night at the State of the Union, she had a guest. There were several people who they brought. You can invite your guests. She got arrested for blocking people at the State of the Union. She also got arrested there in Minneapolis for using her car to block ICE operations. Play this clip.
Is that this is an ongoing fear and threat for people around this country. What happened to me is absolutely not new in the history of this country, and we have not seen accountability that gives me any reason to believe this won't be done to somebody else. So that's what I'm thinking about today. And honestly, I'm glad that it's me sitting in that seat rather than somebody who's cheering for what happened to me.
Yeah. Everybody's a victim, dude.
Yep. Go to Somalia, try that shit. See what happens.
Everybody is a victim. That's the thing. Drives me crazy, bro. There's no like Robert De Niro. I think we got a short coming out today. Robert De Niro came out and said, "We got to take our country back. We got to take our country back. We got to take to the street. We got to take to the street and get back to the values of our country. Our country was built on." Okay, I have no problem with that, Bobby. But let me tell you about what our country was built on. One of those is law and order and a sense of justice. And these people just want to throw that out the window and then complain like I don't get to come into the game room and make my own rules. Like what if I came into one of these kids' video games? They're gaming, right? And I just say, no, we're going to play it this way. They'd kick me out of the room.
That goes
kick me out of the group.
That kind of goes back to, your Hollywood elites that when they do walk in a room, they get things their way. And they think because they speak out on their platform, whatever, that's the way it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the other day, it's going to bite them in the butt. And it already is. Just like people like Stephen A. calling them out and their stupidity and their hypocrisy. Even James Colville said, this Ilhan Omar is crazy lady. She needs to go and start her own political party. She just do her own political party. And so he was kind of breaking down the math of how she is a detriment to the Democratic Party. And he's not wrong. But afterwards, after the State of the Union the other night, Mike Johnson went on with Sean Hannity and said, yeah, we're going to use them not standing up for American citizens as a campaign ploy. This is going to be our strategy. We're going to show the American people they didn't stand up. So there's this new clip. There's this new ad that just dropped that's exposing the Democrats refusing to stand for Trump, saying the government should protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. Play the clip.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. These people are crazy.
I saw somebody and I kind of agree with them. If somebody says they're, Democrat, I just assume they hate America.
Okay. I go back a couple of years ago. We were in Dubuque, Iowa, doing a show, and that girl who was the marketing person for the venue, who came in and she said, that's back when we were doing the Star Spangled Banter comedy tour. And she said, you ever think about changing that name? You'd get more people. And I go, why would I change that name? She goes, because it's offensive. And I said, The Star Spangled Banter is offensive? She goes, well, yeah, to people like me. And I'm like, well, at least you're honest with that insanity.
Yeah.
But these Democrats, some of them were using their guest passes. We just talked about Ilhan Omar. Some of them were giving them to people who are in the country illegally. So at our own State of the Union, you had illegal aliens who were there up in the gallery who had taken, to tell your people that voted for you, supposedly voted for you, that you care about illegals, people that are in this country. I saw somebody the other day. I can't finish a thought today. My brain's just screaming. I saw somebody the other day who said, why do we use the word alien? That's such a weird word. I just don't understand why that word's good. Learn language. Learn etymology. Learn where words come from. Learn why we use certain words before you say something so stupid. They are illegally in this country. They are aliens. Alienus from the Latin, which means not from here, from another place. From another place. They're from another place and they're here illegally. Illegal aliens. Okay, words matter. And so you're going to let an illegal alien sit there and take up a spot, and you're going to go, I'm not going to stand up for American citizens. Yeah. I'm gonna put illegal aliens and their rights ahead of my constituency that supposedly voted legally in this country. How anyone... See, we've let insanity run so rampant in this country now for 40-something years. They shut down the asylums, and these crazy people got together and started procreating, and now we're in our second and third generation of insanity, and it's getting exponentially worse. Then you brainwash them with the media, and now with social media, and now with AI, and these people are absolutely living triggered, and the only argument they have is just scream in your face. And that's who's going to keep putting the Jasmine Crockett's in there, the Ilhan Omar's in there. These people are disgusting. Mark Kelly, I'd like to twist his head. Like, Mark Kelly is oh my gosh, dude, where are these people coming from? And then you have good guys who are in this country, like, for instance, Umberto. I'm going to call him out, our friend Umberto. Cindy's son-in-law, basically. Yeah. Everybody that comes to the live shows knows Cindy. Cindy sells merchandise for us. Her son-in-law, he was Colombian military. Okay, he had to go. They brought him here on asylum because they were going to kill him with the change of government down. They were going to kill him. So he comes up here, gets a work visa. He's got an asylum deal. He gets a job. He's learning the language. He's working hard. He's checking in constantly, doing everything. They sent him here. Now they're wanting to send him to Ecuador and let all these asylum guys go to Ecuador and basically see like that. Like I'm willing to fight against that.
Yeah.
Right? Here's somebody doing everything they can to obtain citizenship. They didn't make the choice to come to America. They got brought to America on an asylum deal. And then you're going to live here for a few years, and they're going to do everything they can to be an American citizen. He's basically her son-in-law. He dates her daughter, not in-law, but he's part of the family. And so he had a hearing the other day.
Moving up a date for a wedding really quick.
I mean, and it doesn't work quite like that. I've learned from some other people recently whose son-in-law got deported. Anyway, you can't just come into the country and just do all this kind of stuff. But again, there's got to be, that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing where you got to be,
I think anybody would agree that if you do things the right way, we all want legal immigration. And there's a proper way to do that. And I think everybody can agree. That's okay. We're good with that.
Well, I don't want to tell too much because I don't want to tell people's business. Not talking about Cindy anymore, but talking about another family that I know whose daughter got married to a guy and they deported him. They told him, they said, don't go get married on this visa. Don't go get married on this visa, but they did it, and then he got a deportation, and then it became a literal act of Congress to get him back into the country. So, and now he's back in the country, and he can't get a work visa. Now, make that make sense. Make that make sense. They bring him back into the country. They deport him to down under. I'll just say that. I won't say which country, just one of the countries down under. And they bring him back, and now he's having a hard time. They won't get him a work visa. I'm like, listen, I agree that the system is screwed up. Like it is, everybody's got these war stories, and it's not a good time to be here illegally. You want to mind your P's and Q's. Now, in Cindy's case, Umberto, like he's working his butt off to do everything. And I know this kid personally. Like I've watched him. He's a great kid. But again, being a great kid, but he's still here because we brought him here. Yeah. It's not like he crossed the border illegally. We brought him here, and since he's here, he's doing everything he can. So, like, those are the kind of things that need to be worked on.
Yeah, it should be. That should be stuff like that should be expedited. It should not.
It really
take,
should be.
It shouldn't take 10 or 15 years to become a citizen. The guys that come over, and I was in a Marine Corps with several guys that were from Mexico. They were Mexican citizens, and part of the thing is when they got through, they were still not American citizens. They served 4 years in our service, and they were not. I think stuff like that should be automatic.
Now, at the same time, and this, talk about this gets you in trouble because nobody likes to see the nuances of grace, but like I know people who have more money and they've got their citizenship quicker.
Well, yeah, if you pay $5 million, you can.
I mean, I know people with money who got their citizenship like that when they were ready to go. So again, it is. I'm not saying that it should be easy to be an American citizen. It's not. People died for American citizenship. I mean, our soldiers, our veterans, people died for our what we have here in this country. So it shouldn't be easy. That's the wrong word, but we should have a path to it that makes sense. But then we need to make sure there's assimilation.
Yeah,
right?
That's the big part. That's the big part. Is
we are a melting pot.
When you visit a country, and I've been to a couple, you assimilate to that culture to a point, Yeah. And you don't go in there trying to throw your ways around. It just doesn't work. And,
Eric said, "Get that Trump gold card." See, I'm opposed to that. I don't think you should pay $2 million and get your citizenship. I don't.
I agree, and that's what happened. These companies are sponsoring. They need this computer whiz over here in America.
You got the H-1B visas, and you got all that. And I don't like all that stuff. Being able to buy your way in. Come to the country legally. But again, you have the reason it's a hard process is you have Democrats to blame for that. You go back and you look at the Immigration and Naturalization Law of 1965. And what that created was an absolute train wreck of an immigration policy where we stopped bringing people into the country who were more closely aligned with our values and structure as a society, culture, and government. And we started bringing people in from third world countries and opening the doors up to them. And we lost the idea of the melting pot, the assimilation. And now to even use the word assimilation, that's a bad word. That's hate speech. How dare I say something like that? People get mad at me all the time. Oh, really? You think English is the language of America? Yeah, I sure do, actually.
I do, too.
It is the predominant language of the country, and it should be the official language of the country. And if you want to do business in this country, you should have to. I should not have to learn Spanish or Swahili. Jumbo means hello. I shouldn't have to do that in order to transact business with you. I mean, I got on the phone the other day trying to deal with a bank issue with some dude from Pakistan, and I was ready to reach through the phone and snatch a knot in that dude's head because the only thing he could say to me was his rote lines that are literally written down in front of him that were his guaranteed responses. I was like, you got to get me to somebody back in the homeland, bro.
I can help you out there, Chad. Next time, hit Spanish. And when it goes to Spanish, it sends you to a phone center in San Antonio, Texas. They speak English, too.
They
and you
speak
go,
English.
I don't know how I got to this number.
Yeah.
And they will talk to you. And that's most banks.
Yeah. And by the way, I see people Linda talking about the executive orders. You're right. And she followed it up. This is the least amount of congressional bills passed in a long time. Congress is not passing. They're not codifying the stuff that Trump signed as executive orders. They're just not doing it. But I will tell you this, CBS, we got to move. CBS has a poll out that reveals that 75% of Americans support Trump's State of the Union speech. This was genius. What Trump did the other night really was genius. So at the beginning of it, 54% were in agreement with how Trump's speech was going to go. CNN even reported that at the end, 64% agreed with it. That's a 10-point jump, which is unheard of. So 75% approved of it, 25% disapproved of it. Those people must have gone. Those people went to the Leering Center.
Yeah, but that 25%, they always the screaming the loudest and throwing the biggest fit.
Yeah.
That 75% better start throwing some fits.
Throw them fits, baby.
Throw them fits at a voting booth.
It's just, I mean, the midterms are going to be tricky. And, that's the thing, going back to the thing talking about Wesley Hunt or John Cornyn or Ken Paxton for Senate in Texas. See, that's in that primary, that is where the vote's going to get split. And that's why I wish Hunt had not jumped in, as much as I like Wesley Hunt, because that is where the vote gets split in that. And well, the primaries are different. You got to understand. But
it's going to force a runoff, I'm sure.
I hope it does force a runoff. See, that's the beauty of the open primaries in Texas, is you can force a runoff. Now, the bad part about it is Democrats can come vote in your Republican primaries, but it'll force. We hope that it'll get enough that it'll force a runoff. If you bring Cornyn's percentage down enough, I just don't know with both of those guys in there. Splitting the vote is the wrong term. And I, having run for governor in Texas, should know of all people that's the wrong term, because people used to say that all the time. And I was like, you don't understand how Texas primaries work. And we'll see with this Senate deal how it works. Let me tell you about every major company right now is using AI. TurboTax, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, everybody's using it. Credit bureaus, you're about to do your taxes. They're going to use AI, and that's making you very vulnerable. AI is taking your name, your home address, your phone number, your job, your family, all your information. And these companies sell your information, and AI is making it easier for data brokers to get a hold of your information. So whether it's people search sites that are going to build these detailed profiles on you without your permission, most people never deal with this and don't know how to deal with it, but Patriot Protect does. This is a no-brainer. There should be no person listening to this show that does not sign up for Patriot Protect today. I'm a customer of theirs. A paying customer. They don't give me anything for free. In fact, any of my sponsors, I make sure that if I'm going to use them, I'm a paying customer. Patriot-protect.com/Chad. Use promo code CHAD, and you will save 15% on all of their stuff. They are the only, I'm going to stress it, only anti-AI tool available right now that actually removes you from the system. Patriot Protect deletes your personal information from Google, removes it from over 240 data broker sites and people search sites. That's where the AI systems and scammers are pulling from. So once you're removed, their search and destroy protocol keeps monitoring and wiping new exposures automatically. You didn't agree to be a part of the AI machine, and you don't have to be a sitting duck. Don't sit there and let AI happen to you, especially during the most common season, tax season, for identity theft. Use Patriot Protect and get your data back. Patriot-Protect.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad. Save 15% on all the plans. You guys need to sign up for that thing. It works out at like $7 a month. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
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 And I put a link in the Rumble chat, so you can go directly to that link right in the Rumble chat.
What you gonna do? We got 10,000 people watching this thing. Like I was watching Graham's deal.
I'll still throw it. I mean, you know what? I will.
14,000 people watching on Rumble this morning. It's nice.
I've got you. You know, in the mornings you have 5,000-6,000 people watching on Rumble, and they're pretty well. We don't have the troll problem in there as much. One or two, I have to smack them down a little bit, but they want to get in there and yell at you while you're not over and over. Answer my question, Chad. Answer my question. You know, it's not happening. So
I'm not looking there to answer anybody's questions. I'm not engaged in the chat like that. And I don't know. Maybe at the end of I don't really want to do this, but maybe we can start utilizing some of the super chats or something if somebody has a legitimate question. But yeah, somebody sent me a long email yesterday about how you jumped the gun on deleting somebody, and I'm like, yeah,
I have to use discernment, my own discernment, and I'm saying, yeah, how they're asking a question, but are they in the same phrase, or also making a dig at Christianity?
Yeah,
and it's like nah, I'm good. Ask your questions. Somebody in the chat may or may not answer, but the people in the chat are pretty, they know pretty quick if somebody's just trolling around or not. And I kind of, out of several people in the chat, I kind of trust their intuition on some things.
Well, yeah. And the thing about it is truth can handle scrutiny. And it's not that I'm opposed to questions. That's just not what we're there to do. The mission is, these are my devotional thoughts. You guys are sitting in with them. And,
if you get in on somebody's Bible study and you start cursing and stuff like that, I'm throwing you out forever.
Yeah. It's just, some people just want to come in there and troll. But I told somebody, I said, somebody's like that. I was like, first of all, stop getting offended for somebody else. Like if you're so focused on the chat, you're not getting anything out of it anyway on Before the Noise. So anyway, on Before the Noise, you're not getting any answers.
No, after that, like for these shows, I really don't. I don't care about the trolls on this show. Say what you want. It's like, man, I stayed off the internet and off Facebook for like a week. For the most part, when I say I stayed off of it, I might have looked at it once a day or something. But so I decided yesterday I was gonna, go do my own trolling, make some comments, and I made something. It was I think it was one of the Hillary Clinton posts or something. I said, "Oh, now y'all know the difference between women and men." Dude, they jumped on me like crazy. And, I had to turn my notifications off for that.
I was laughing about what we talked about earlier. I didn't know this episode was going to happen either because of the glitches we were having at the beginning. Thanks for hanging in here with us, guys. We were glitching at the beginning. I was ready to pull the plug. I don't want to sit here and talk to myself. I do that enough. But Kenny Webster and Jesse Payton and Alex Stein are doing their Gulf of America comedy tour there in Houston at the House of Blues. I'm going to tell them they owe me for this free advertisement.
It's already sold out, so.
I don't know that it is it?
No, they claim. I thought they said it was sold out.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, if they've sold out House of Blues, they've sold a lot of tickets that quick. But that's great. I mean, the Houston Chronicle jumped on it. And we're saying, if you're triggered by right-wing comedy, then make a donation somewhere instead. And I'm like, why don't you guys just stop? Just, stop being so wishy-washy.
Somebody just put something in one of the chats. It's a long letter.
I see it. Yeah, I see it. I see it in there. Linda says it's not quite sold out, but it will be. Oh, it'll definitely be. It will definitely be. But, we're not on YouTube today. Something couldn't happen on YouTube. We didn't get connected on YouTube today. So we got banned on Facebook for 24 hours. I had to reach out to let's see, what is it I'm trying to say? Trying to see that you'll be unleashed with social round attack. Nobody can read all that, dude. And it's not even, that's on Facebook. We can't come over to the Rumble chat if you have something you want to say.
Somebody sends me a text message over 4 or 5 words or a message over 4 or 5 words in Facebook. I'm not reading it. I ain't got time to.
Well, in the live chat, nobody cares about nobody cares about what you read, Steve. Come on. I'm trying to read it right here. You know what? Listen, first of all, we were going to talk about the whole Candace. We talked about talking about the Candace Owens things today, about how she's accusing all these influencers of to say negative things about that they're getting paid. I don't know. Nobody's ever offered me to say anything, and I don't know of anybody getting paid to say anything negative about Candace Owens. I just said everybody's already made up their mind about that. Everybody's picked a side on that deal, right?
I done said the fruit slid off her cracker a long time ago or whatever.
Well, I'm not on whatever. I'm not on either team, honestly. I don't like Charlie Kirk was my friend. I'm on his team, and he's not here to defend himself. So the rest of them, I don't know what's going on with that whole deal. But I bring that up in order to say, I caught just a little piece of that deal. Everybody that wants to talk about Trump doing this or doing that, I'm not going to say the word, but he's done that. They love to make these accusations, and I keep saying, where's the evidence? Like, where is the evidence? Whether it's with Candace or where's the evidence? Not the speculation, not the accusation. Where's the evidence of Trump being something else? I mean, Obama had those files forever. I mean, they came out with the Steele dossier. They paid for the Steele dossier. They paid for the Russian collusion hoax, paid for it. Created it. Nobody's been held accountable for that when Trump ran in 2016. And let me ask you, if they'd have had some kind of evidence against Trump doing something against kids or something, whatever, back then, they would have used it, but they don't have it. Just like they could have used it in the last election when Biden was in office, but they didn't use it. And suddenly everybody, because of this Epstein dump, because somebody gets mentioned, they're supposedly guilty. I'm like, okay, whether it's Candace, whether it's these people online, tell me where's the freaking evidence? No one yet has been able to provide evidence. And they say, well, some 13-year-old girl, uncorroborated, that all got withdrawn because they couldn't get the person to back it up. Yeah. So again, where's the evidence? I'm so tired.
So they're deposing Hillary today and Bill tomorrow, the Clintons. What are they going to get out of them? Are they going to get anything out of them? Nothing. It's going to be because Hillary's already saying she didn't know Epstein.
We already know that's a lie. We've already dealt with that.
Jelaine was at her daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
500 people. You know.
Yeah, we know better than that. We know better than that. And you know, I mean, like, just, you know, with Whoopi Goldberg showing up or Joy Behar showing up in the thing, like, do I think that they're pedos? No, I don't. I think they're wicked, evil people. I think the whole Hollywood elite cabal, that whole deal, they're wicked, evil people. They do wicked, evil things. But, like, I'm not going to, just because I see somebody in the email, go, oh, well, they must be. I mean, that's just not critical thinking. That's so dumb.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, that's all they have is to attack and call names. And if they would have had something on Trump, the only thing I'd even say about that, if they had it on Trump, they're not going to use it because it would affect the Clintons. And if there's enough power in it, and like I say, if he's guilty of something, I want them all to come down. I don't care who they are.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you've got the evidence, let's bring the whole deal down. I've said it over and over again. If it unravels the fabric of society, keep pulling that thread. Let's go. I'm willing to start over. But again, just to say XYZ is you know, blah 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 is guilty of this and must be, and then you throw your label out there. That's not an argument. That is online persecution and outrage mob mentality, and it's not. Let's go with something, man. So, you know, again, Eric McCory beats puppies. We know he kicks puppies. I mean, I can make that accusation all day long. Eric's in the chat there on Rumble. Steve, did you drop something?
Oh, right there.
There's a baby. How old is he today?
14th birthday today.
Look how gray he is.
Yeah, he's just like Daddy. Look at that.
Look at all that. You guys must be drinking from the same fountain of youth.
Yeah, we are. Here you go, buddy. Get back in your nap pad.
Yeah. So, all right, let's go over to the pinheads of the day and get out of here right quick. We went right to it. Here's the New York City police praying to Allah with the city's Islamic Marxist ruler. What's going on here?
They're not facing Mecca. They're doing it wrong.
What is going on, Steve? And what is with the hand gestures?
No.
Anybody?
I don't know. They're not facing Mecca. They're not on a mat on their knees.
Well, they're not Muslim, but they're going to pray.
I thought they were Muslim.
Mamdani is. The police guy isn't.
Oh.
I mean, does anybody know why?
Who are they?
I mean, during formal prayer, you face Mecca on the mat. That's the formal prayer. That's during the calls to prayer. But just to pray to Allah, you don't have to get down on the mat and do all that.
Okay.
But I mean, when you're holding your hands out like that, anybody know why Muslims do that? Anybody?
Are you asking this because you don't know, or
anybody? Because that's what gay people do. That's
David,
why,
don't say that. David says something in my ear and I automatically want to blurt it out.
Yeah. So it's so again, you're basically aligning yourself with Muhammad. You're expressing a need of gratitude and forgiveness and provision and guidance, and it's basically saying Allah provides in humility. Allah provides my need and dependence. You know, I'm dependent on Him. So it's basically saying, I'm coming empty and I'm receiving from you. So when you do that, the open hands, I'm coming empty and I'm receiving from you. When you're doing that, really, dude, you're white, you're not Muslim, you're pandering because you're Islamic, whatever, democratic, Marxist, socialist mayor is doing it. And it's just, you
So
guys
if you're
really,
white, you can't be Muslim? Is that what you're saying? Or
no, you can't. Not based on Islam, you can't. Not true Islam. Okay. But again, this right here, it just took 25 years for them to forget 9/11. So just have it, guys. Have it. This is why I'm like, this is ridiculous. Absolutely gross. Absolutely sickening. And you can just take all that stuff right on down. So registered sex offender runs the California City Council. Is that right? Am I reading that right? This is he was busted for child kitty stuff, and City Council says on you are not your past. All right, play. Is this a clip? We got that. Play it.
That are honest from the. I believe Fresno deserves leaders that are honest from the very beginning, not the end. So going into this, I'm putting my life out there.
Up front about his status as a registered sex offender, Rene Campos is not running from his past as he runs for office.
I've been given the chance to rehabilitate through the courts and back into the system.
Charged with being in possession of child sex abuse material back in 2018, the Fresno native says he pled no contest to a misdemeanor charge.
Guilty.
Now launching his campaign to represent District 7 on the Fresno City Council. He says his focus is on safety.
So I say, let's choose somebody outside the box, somebody who knows the
You need to be
system
put
from
in a
inside
box.
out.
Hey, I got no use for him.
Now, again, a couple of years ago, they were making these studies and these arguments about the maps. Remember that? We stopped calling them the PED word. We started calling them maps, minor attracted persons. And they said that is a natural sexual inclination that people have. They can't be rehabilitated from that because that's what they, that's who they are. That's just who they are. So if you're going to apply that same philosophy to this guy, let me just say, rehabilitation, what? I don't like what, okay. So you go serve your community somehow, but it ain't going to be running things from the city council.
Yeah. Well, they're about to set a guy free in California that was raping 3 and 4-year-olds because he's 65 years old, the elderly. Yeah. He's got life, and they're saying he's met the elderly, whatever it is, so he's supposed to be able to get out on parole. And,
so now, again, that's California. Now, let's say, what's his name? That was the pastor over at Gateway Church in Texas.
Hey, is that the one that's grooming?
No, I don't know what your use of that word is, but he was the one who, when he was 20, had a relationship with a 12-year-old. But then it was like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, if he comes back out, he'll never be in the public eye ever again. Never ever again. And he had a growth so he was 20 and she was 12 or something, all the way to the point where she was like 15, sort of like a 5-year deal going on. And you going to let him come back? No. He's not going to come back and pastor a church.
He's not going to come back and do anything around me.
Not going to come back and do anything. So why is this guy in the city council? Yeah, Robert Morris. I knew the name. I was just staying away from it. Anyway, it's get out of California, man. Get out of California. And then finally, these people, these are idiots. They couldn't debate the SAVE Act, but they had a dog parade. And all they needed was some horses. They could have a dog and pony show. Play the clip.
You have been hanging around the Senate button. Come on in.
There he is. They're having a dog parade.
Everybody knows Baby Dog's story, right?
Now, what kind of dog was that?
That's a bulldog, right?
It's an English bulldog. Go Dogs. But it's an English bulldog, which is racist to identify anything like that. The Democrats ought to know that if you're going to identify a dog like that at a dog parade, that's racist. Anything with identification is racist. Oh, my God.
It's easy for you to say European American.
It is easy for me to say. Most things are. Jesse Payton and I got in I had to smack him around a little bit the other day at lunch. He loves to like split hairs on words, and Jesse, of all people, to try to call me out on language is one thing, but like Jesse tries to split hairs on certain things, and I'm like, oh boy, I ain't apologizing for words, man. I'm just not doing it, and that's that's the world we're living in. Everybody's got to apologize. We should trot a kid out there. Let him cry. Let him cry. All right, Party Foul Steve, we got to go. WatchChad.com for all the fun stuff is. I'll be in Fort Worth, Texas. Look at that guy right there.
I'm auctioning this off right here this afternoon. It'll be live on. I stole that out of your garage.
You got more crap, dude. Anybody want to buy a house? I got one for sale in Montgomery, Texas. Go buy it. It's over there at the Lake Conroe. Go over there and buy it, Linda. What's the deal, Linda? Go over there and live at the lake. Come on, Linda. Your stuff would fit great in that house. Follow Party Foul Steve at Party Foul Steve. I'm going to be at Party Foul Steve. I'm going to be in Fort Worth in a couple of weeks, right? What do we got coming up?
Yeah.
I've got, I'm winding it down, dude. My live shows are going to be few and far between.
Yeah,
I'm going to, I got one night in Fort Worth at Hyenas Comedy Club, 2 shows that night, the 21st, March 21st. And then I'm going to be in Calgary speaking at an event on the 28th. I'm Port Charlotte, Florida. We're headed back to Port Charlotte, Florida, the Vasani Comedy Club, doing the whole weekend there. And then I'll be down in Vidor. If you've ever been to a Jesse Payton show, you've heard him talk about Vidor. Vidor is, what good times down there. Be in Vidor. I'm all the way out in April. And then I'm reading the Bible in Washington, D.C. in April. How about that?
Yeah, you get to read a verse, right? You're reading the entire Bible in, is it 24 hours?
No, it's a whole week.
A whole week?
It's like 6 days of around the clock reading the entire Bible.
They're going to put you at 2 a.m. or something like that.
No, it's like 7 in the evening, and then you've got it's right there with me and Sean with the DOW, whatever they're calling it, and then Franklin Graham's after me. So no, you read a couple of chapters. Everybody's responsible for a couple of chapters. So that's kind of an interesting deal. And so I'm in D.C. at the Museum of the Bible. They're in their chapel. We're doing that. And so
just get up there and play the Bible app on your phone.
Sean Parnell. I couldn't think of Sean's name. Sean Parnell's right before me. In fact, they took one of my chapters away because Sean wanted to read it.
Oh shucks.
I'll let the assistant Secretary of Defense. Yeah, I'll let him do that. Yeah. He can have it. But yeah, so we're doing that. We got a bunch of fun stuff coming up, man. But I'm being strategic about everywhere I go. Going to Auburn, Alabama.
I'm being very, very strategic.
I know. Next week I'm going to see Eric Church, my boy. You know I don't miss Eric Church.
Yeah, nice.
He's kind of woke. I'm on Life Today Wednesday with James and Betty Robinson. So I got to fly out to Dallas for that. And, James, I've known James for years and years, and so I'll be on Life Today. They want to talk about this book right here, Born for Meaning. Yeah. Born for Meaning is what they want to talk about. So we're going to go talk about it.
You go get it on Amazon right now.
Get on Amazon. You can get a signed copy at bornformeaning.com. And rock and roll. All right, got to go. Party Foul Steve, I'll holler at you here in a little bit.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you later.
And love you, buddy. All right, for the rest of you guys, I love you guys. God bless you. I don't really have any final words. I had something all lined up, but you know what? You got it all. You got it under control, man. We're rocking and roll. Tuesday and Thursday, starting next week, we will roll straight from Before the Noise right into, in the second hour, we'll roll into the Chad Prather Show. So that way we'll kind of make the adjustments that'll be here, and we'll hopefully get a little better numbers than what we get these days. We're always trying to figure it out, man. Nothing's nailed down, ever. So I appreciate you guys so much. So thankful that you're a part of it. Listen, just don't let the insanity infect your brain and start the rot going on. I believe better things for you guys. I really do. And I'm just happy that you're here. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern, we will be back from Before the Noise. And I'm going to go prepare for that now and a bunch of other things I got to get done today. So that's always fun. Hey, David, you see that graphic right there? We need to change that to say 7 a.m. See that little bit? Yeah, we got it at the beginning of the, we need to change that. I keep catching it in different places. We need to change it. Not that everybody reads it. Nobody reads it, okay? Most of y'all have a good day. That's what Linda would say. No, I hope all of you do. I love you guys. Go to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. And now that Steve's gone, you can join my Make Wellness team. Just go to makechad.com. Come on, get those peptides. I love y'all. God bless you. Talk to you in the morning. Bye.